Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti. If you can start to make your way to your seats, we're going to start the program in about a minute.
The things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Yeah. I am light. I'm not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all right. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Yeah. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Om Shanti, and a very warm welcome to each of you. I'm looking out into this room and I see a room filled with brilliance, a room filled with radiance, and a room filled with shining, living lights, right? As the video said, we are all light. But there's one light in here who's very special. And that's why we're all here today, to celebrate 40 years of serving healthcare. But she's doing it in a very different way. She's doing it because she's a living example of what it means to be divinity defined. All her actions, all her deeds, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. She does it in this beautiful manner in which she pulls you with her divinity and she brings you closer to the Supreme or to God or to that higher power. And so she is a living example of what it means to be divinity, to be light. And she did that during COVID. I think most of you remember there were over 100 of you all over the world who joined in every day at 12 o'clock for meditation when Ranjan Ben's husband was one of the first to be admitted for COVID. And so at 12 o'clock, we gathered together to meditate. And this was before Zoom. We dialed into a free conference call line, right? And after 10 days of Savalia uncle of being on a ventilator, he did the unimaginable. He pulled his trach tube out. And the ICU doctors were like, what? They had never seen anyone do that. And he did it at 12:30 p.m., which was right at the end of our 12 p.m. meditation session. So that tells you how powerful our vibrations can be, especially when we're together. When we pull our thoughts and our vibrations together, miracles can happen. And it happened for Savalia uncle. And so that's the kind of divine power that Ranjan has. And I'm going to call her Ranjan Ben, because most of you know Ben means sister. And so I want to invite her to the front. Yes, we're going to ask you to sit here. No. They're going to come later. You come. And while she's coming forward, I just want to go over a couple of housekeeping items. We have a water cooler in the back if anyone's thirsty. We have restrooms out in the hallway if you need that. And if you don't mind silencing your phones for the next 2 hours, let's stay connected to whoever's in this room and not with whoever's outside this room. At the end of the program, everyone will be given a blessing card, a sweet, a holy sweet prepared while in meditation, and of course dinner. So please don't leave before the end of the program because it is our wish to feed all of you. And so now, the main reason why we're here. I'm going to share a quick story, and it started back in 2007, 17 years ago. And it was the morning, early morning, almost 4 o'clock in the morning of Amy's wedding. And so we were all in the Jersey City Hyatt Hotel, which most of you would know, it overlooks the Hudson River. And we were in a conference room. And in that conference room, Amy was sitting in the makeup chair, getting her hair and makeup done by the stylist. In one corner, there were bridesmaids pulling clothes out of their suitcases. On the floor was Krupa, who was writing her reception speech. Savalia uncle and Neil were running back and forth with the wedding planner, the DJ, the caterer. I mean, it was complete chaos. And in the middle of all this chaos, I see Ranjan Ben. And she's sitting in a chair, and her back is to all of this. Her chair is all the way up against the windows. And in this room, the hall was maybe half the size of this room, but it was wall-to-wall window from floor to ceiling. And so she had her chair up against the glass, and she was just basically staring out at the water. And I was wondering, is she okay? So after a while, I asked Amy, I said, Amy, is your mom okay? And very casually, she's like, oh, yeah, she's fine. She's just meditating. I was like, what? That was a very foreign concept for me because I had no idea that you could meditate like that. For me, meditation was go to the top of a mountain and chant. I didn't realize meditation was something that you go inward and you could do it anywhere. So I was like, okay. After about an hour, she finally turned her head and I went over to her and I very gently, I asked her, I said, Ranjan Ben, where did you go? So she says, oh, I was just being with the soul. The soul? Again, a very foreign concept for me. And so at that time, I realized that there was something greater to life than whatever I thought it to be. And though I knew nothing about meditation or spirituality, that one incident shaped my life forever. Fast forward 5 years later, and my mother, Shobhan Patel, introduced us to Raj Yoga meditation taught by the Brahma Kumaris. And so my husband, myself, and Ranjan Ben, we all took the Raj Yoga course. And here we are. While we had tried many different things in the past, and for that time, they were all good. But when we came to take our first session of the Raj Yoga course, it seemed like all of our searching was done because we had found the truth and we had finally discovered the true self. And so thank you. And so for the past 10 years, Ranjan Ben has been a very integral part of this center, the Brahma Kumaris Edison Center. And so when Darshni Ben asked us, Darshni Ben being the head of she's chief of, it's a long title, I'm sorry, chief of micro in the Department of Pathology and Laboratory Medicine. When the request came from Darshni Ben if we could host her farewell party, Sister Sheetal, who heads the Edison Center, immediately said, of course. It was an honor, in fact, for Sister Sheetal to accept that request. And our volunteers and our team tirelessly worked to put together an amazing evening for all of you. And I would like to invite Sister Sheetal to welcome Sister Ranjan with a beautiful bouquet of flowers. Yeah. All right, it's always a surprise with the Brahma Kumaris. It's going to be more than just flowers. Because Sister Sheetal always likes to make everyone feel royal and important and like a deity. Sister Sheetal has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation for almost 25 years. She does an amazing job of holding this center together with the 150 plus students that we have. She's our guide, our mother, our sister, our friend. And she's going to decorate Ranjan Ben. Because, you know, Ranjan Ben did say that she hasn't had a program in her honor, in her name, since her wedding. So she's really excited about tonight. Tears of happiness. And a crown. Wow. She truly is a queen. And look at Natalia. She matches you. You match with Nani.
Yeah, so I'm going to explain that. Om Shanti. Welcome, everyone. Oh, Yeah, she did. She did. So first we gave the tilak. Tilak is a little dot in the forehead, which is symbolizing the self, the soul, the energy living here. So we are giving respect to Ranjan Bang, recognizing her as a spiritual, powerful, beautiful soul. So remembering and reminding. And we have this necklace that is also a sign of like a rosary that in a God's love. She is in God's love, threaded with these beautiful jewels, means beautiful qualities in God's heart or God's neck around his. And this is the dupatta, which is, I don't know what you call in English, but this is a little, yeah, like a shawl. So she's having beautiful experience of everyone's love. So everybody is giving this comfort by spreading this shawl. And the crown is the service, as Ranjan Med was mentioning, the crown that is of the service, also the responsibility. So she is taking the responsibility of the family and the whole world. She served 40 years now, not only 40 years, but she is been serving and she will be serving spiritually and physically, emotionally, everywhere. Then we have experienced that amazing quality that she has, and she has been giving these beautiful experiences of pure love. That's what we see right now, so many people around. And she would like to serve many people in this world. And every Sunday evening, I think her family and all the friends, they have been doing this course or doing meditation all together. And that's what Sister Anoli also was saying about 12 p.m. meditation. That was also the one of the service result that everybody got served through this angel. So Sister Ranjan, angel, congratulations, 40 years, not only 40 years, at each and every moment you're serving. And we got so many inspirations through you, and many are getting, right? So congratulations. Om Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti, thank you.
Thank you, Sheetala.
Yeah, Mama.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay. And now I'm going to ask Darshini Ben to come and please share a few words. Darshini Ben, as you know, is the direct boss for Ranjan Ben, officially, but unofficially, we all know that she's
Om
her best friend and
Shanti.
her sister.
I know. I wanted to tell about Ranjan so many things, but I thought that they know much more than what I know her. I guess I know her for 24 years. And when I came to the microbiology lab, she's been working there as a medical technologist, and she's a senior technologist. So when I came in microbiology lab as a section head, she's the one who welcomed me very warmly and open arms. And then she taught me about my role, at how I'm going to do, because when you go to the new place, it's very, very needed that you need the warm welcome. So I'm very nervous because I'm not the speaker like Sister Anoli, Sister Seetal, and all of you. And this is like my first time or whatever, second time I'm giving my speech. And I'm getting nervous because my boss is sitting in front of me. So obviously, it looks like something different experience for me. But no, really, Ranjan is very, very co-worker when I came new, and she became so close to me, and she became so best friend forever. And then Ranjan is very like um, patient. When it comes to patient care, she's very committed to that one. She will not give any, plus or minus with that, and she will tell right away. And our all technologists knows that. Did you punch in? Did you punch out? Every time when she comes, okay, you standing here. Did you punch? Did you punch? So that's a funny story. But no, for anything, but she supported me very well with the TB lab. She did so much good things because she has a lot of experience with the TB. She's with the clinician. She's always answering. Obviously, Arun. Arun knows Ranjan very well too, because every day, Arun, she always, give all the answers to Arun, whatever whatever he asked about us. And then I brought the paper that I don't forget anything because I get nervous. So let me see if I forget anything. Ranjan is kind of a pillar of our microbiology lab. Obviously, I'm going to miss her a lot because she's like my backbone of the microbiology lab to me, to her colleagues, and also all the clinician, as well as she takes care of the patient. She makes sure that whoever asks us the question, she makes sure that she finish it. And the super quality of Ranjan, she's very good with the record keeping. She's, believe or not, she's a talent keeper, bookkeeper, very, very much bookkeeper. Every time I ask Ranjan, do you know what happened? She will go right away to her document. She said, here it is Darshini. And she has very much quality that right away she documents everything, each significant issue that helps me a lot and helps us a lot, everything in her thing. If I talk about Ranjan, it's going to be days and days because she works 40 years and I work with her 24 years. So believe me, it's so much things to talk about it, but I'm not going to take too much time because, I'm one of them. So, but thank you so much, Ranjan, for your dedication for the microbiology lab. Really, we will miss you. You are a big asset of the microbiology lab, and for us, really, it's like a very much experienced person is going, but congratulations, and I wish you whatever you want to pursue your life in the future with a big good health. What else I can say to you? You explore your opportunity in future. I'm really going to miss you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Darshini. We're going to pass the microphone to Ms. Cynthia.
I'm going to ask my boss, Cynthia, to say something about Ranjan because she's been with us forever, that she was our director of whole lab. Cynthia.
I kind of want to stay on point, so I want to try to summarize my presentation. But I'm Cynthia Comerford, so I'm the administrative director. So I'm over Darshini and over Ranjan, and I really got to know Ranjan after she had applied really for the section head job, because I had started in 2015, but I didn't really know her then. And in 2017, when Rama had retired and everybody had left, Darshini stepped up to be the chief technologist, and she had talked to me about Ranjan being her section head, and she had a couple other people who had applied, and there was different talents in that group. So she said, I really want to take somebody from within, and I really want to get somebody. And when she talked to me about Ranjan, she said that she was a long-term person. I mean, I knew she was a long-term person in the group. She said that she wish she would be a good candidate for the role. I found that she was a very level-headed person, very detailed, very confident. And when I had first talked to her, I said, she's a really, really good microbiologist. She'd be a great asset for Darshini. She wanted to approach the role of the section head, and I knew her knowledge would really be an asset for them. So she turned out to be the very detailed person that we knew, the meticulous person that we knew. And the way she kept her records, the way she approached the thing, like Darshini just said, she never let anything go by. She made sure the patient care came first. So she always helped Darshini. And what I liked, I saw in it is she supported Darshini's role. She also supported her role, but she supported Darshini in the role, and they worked really well together. And that's really important, because if your person who's working with you doesn't work with you, then it's really hard. You kind of be divided in your own section. And Ranjan did that for Darshini, and I know Darshini really appreciated it, and we appreciated it because you guys worked really well together. And so, like, if Darshini was here or Darshini was off, I always had confidence in Ranjan. I don't run down to micro a lot. They know that. I don't get around even to the other sections too much in the daytime, but I have a lot of confidence that, Ranjan took care of the schedule. She took care of everything that was going on down in the department. So we really appreciated her leadership and her service to the department. Let's see. So in many things, obviously, that happened in that department, her documentation has been the asset, the key to a lot of things that went down in the department. We've had some, bad times. We've had some good times. And in the bad times, the documentation that Ranjan kept, in fact, I had told Darshini just recently even that we really got to keep your documentation going, because that's a key to our success in keeping records and what goes on in the department. And it really helps the management and administrative. And, when you unfortunately have HR issues, it's something that we really want to, model. And I said, I even told Darshini it's a model for the rest of us. So I commend you for your role. I really do, in the department, for your leadership. Okay, you really, are a main key to the success. And I'm hoping, Darshini will move on and find somebody just like you. Me and her talked about taking on your qualities. We really appreciate what you've done for the department. We really appreciate you always being there. You're very a key person. You worked, like I said, through the issues. One of the things I was going to bring up is you always came up when anything that didn't go right downstairs, and you both would come up and we would be talking. You'd say, I just want peace. I just want everybody to get along. We want peace in the department. We want everybody to just be able to just speak to each other, and we'd be able to make it all nice. And sometimes it can't, right? And so we have to work through it. But, you always tried to do that, and you always tried to make that, your mainstay. And I really appreciate it. And Darshini and I have talked about it a lot, that it's really something that we want to model. We want to model after. And so I just want to wish you well in your retirement, to have many happy hours and memories with your grandchildren, with your family. They're a beautiful family. And in traveling, do some traveling and doing what makes you happy as you enter the next phase of your life. And we will miss you here, obviously, at the University Hospital. But we wish you well. We hope for your, next adventure. And as I hear here, you have a lot of things in store. And so I'm really excited for you, Ranjan. And I think it's so great. And like I said before, I really appreciate your leadership and really being part of this laboratory. And I wish you well.
The impact that she has left is just really indescribable. It's beautiful. Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, so now we're going to invite the kids, the grown-up kids. We have Amy, Krupa, Neil.
Calling grown up.
So these are the children of Ranjan Benz. And we have Greg also, who's Krupa's husband. Greg can join. And Natalia, their little angel. Amy's husband, Amit, and their son, Aiden, couldn't make the flight out because Aiden had a game. But I think they're watching on Zoom.
Thank you. So if any of you have ever heard my mom speak, whether it's at any of our weddings or events or the Sunday lectures, you all know how eloquent she is with her words. And so you can imagine how daunting it feels to be asked to speak about her here today. And so, you know, she sets the bar really high for us and for herself. First off, thank you all who have come here in person and those of you who are on Zoom as we celebrate my mom's 40 years of service and leadership. Sister Gala, Sister Sheetal, Brother Hemang, the Brahma, Sister Anoli, can't forget Sister Anoli, you've been a part of our life for so long, and the entire Brahma Kumaris Seva team, thank you so much for all that you have done to put together this incredible event filled with so much love, heart, and soul. Thank you to the hospital administrators, Cynthia, Ramanti, I think you're here somewhere. Yes, hi. And the team from University Hospital. Really, really appreciate you taking the time to come today and the investment that you've made in our mom over the last several years and her passion for the lab. And Darshini Auntie, what can I say? You've been a longtime champion, a dear, dear mentor and friend to my mom for all these years. And I know that you will continue to be in her life as she hangs up her lab coat. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Amy. I'm my mom's oldest of three and her favorite shining star. Just kidding. Just kidding. We've got these two over here who are wildly motivated and ambitious. We all know how much pride my mom takes in all three of us, and now her grandchildren. Mom, we know your journey has never been easy, and if anything, it has been so inspiring. You know, while you were in the lab culturing bacteria at work, you somehow managed to also find a way to culture us, instilling values, raising us to really learn what the value of hard work, strong character, and the importance of an education, what that means. You've been our guiding light for all of us and everyone here in this room, and anyone that has touched your orbit. And you've not only encouraged us to persevere, but you've shown us how to do that. And I think that is really, really rare. You know, when you were busy with agar plates and microscopes, you somehow always made sure that there was food on our plates. At home, you managed to take us to all of our activities and somehow found a way to come and celebrate all of our occasions and milestones. I think you're still celebrating because there are 1,001 trophies that are still hanging up or standing up in my mom's dining room at home. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still looking for that secret for how you did it all, managing a full-time job, taking care of a full extended family in and out of our house, and then raising the three of us with very different needs. Quiet, you know, I'm pretty quiet, introverted. We've got someone needy, very needy, and perfect over here. You know, Mom, I know today we're here to celebrate your long, successful career, but I would venture to say on behalf of all of us, we're here to celebrate you, your impact on each and every one of us, inspiring us to dream, to persevere, to break down barriers, and to spread light every day. And in your own words, what you said to me a long time ago, to be happy because we have one life to live and we get to choose how to live it. And we choose to live it with light. So thank you. Om Shanti.
Thanks, Amy, and thank you all for being here, and especially those who brought us all together for this to honor our mom on this special day. Now, those of you who know my mom will know her for her dedication and her mental, emotional, and spiritual fortitude. This has been especially true in being the spiritual bedrock and the core source of unconditional love in our family. And let's just say, with all the dynamic personalities we have between my sisters, me and my dad, and the whole rest of the group, that's no easy task. So in my opinion, one of the key values my mom has always demonstrated is to give generously. and not only as our mom, but also as a friend in her work and in her spiritual pursuits. For all those who are in the room today, for Mom, this is, each of us is a testament to that. So lately, I've heard some of my mom's reflections on her decades at University Hospital and her commitment to elevating patient care. And in this instance, I think it's instructive to consider that at a very young age, my mom, her siblings were very, very young. Mom had lost her own mother, our Hariba, and that was very likely to an infection of the blood, sepsis. And I've always found such tremendous inspiration from my mom and how she was able to take the pain from this loss and galvanize it into a bright career dedicated to helping countless others in their own fight in the hospital floor. Many words come to mind to describe her work ethic, I think, and diligence and meticulousness. We've kind of heard about that. And that's always made her a tremendous problem solver in and out of work, especially with our family. And but the bigger hidden picture of all this is how my mom has shown over and over that every second counts. And in the realm of our family, that's meant making sure that we three, and now your grandkids, have always had lives full of action and rich in love. And you've always been our number one supporter, whether rain or shine, and our guide when we've been lost. You're always there to secure the gaps in our lives, daunting they may be, but you're always by our side, and that's always made a little bit of extra light that we always need. You've been our foundation no matter what, and you've never asked for appreciation, and today is our thank you.
So, not every child is fortunate to have parents that epitomize the meaning of selfless sacrifice, but we are those lucky, most fortunate children. As Neil mentioned, our mom had to transition into the role of motherhood at a very young age, being the oldest of four, the first of her siblings to leave the nest and go to get a higher education, get married, immigrate to America. There were undoubtedly many sacrifices that even we cannot fathom. However, Mom's strong values and unwavering resilience allowed her to persevere and pave the way for many others. She was able to use the power of her education. There's a sign right outside the BK Center that talks about the power of education, so I thought that was quite perfect. And even though she studied in a different field and country and healthcare system, she was able to use the power of her education to build a new career here. She sacrificed a future she had planned, maybe even dreamed of in India, for a new future here for her family, ultimately us kids, and now her grandkids. Being the first generation kids in America, our mom was the face of a successful working mom. Not everyone's mom had a full-time job in addition to being, the full-time daughter-in-law, full-time parent. But our mom proved to many of us that we can not only do both, work and be a mom, but also excel. So she used her passion to build a career at UMD&J, and we couldn't be more proud of her commitment to that important work and her legacy. So only now that we're parents ourselves with busy careers, I think everyone probably knew I was going to be the biggest crier. Do we realize the tremendous sacrifices that must have come with those two really important roles, the two full-time jobs of being in the lab and then raising the three of us? We know that it took that much more time and effort on top of the full-time job, in addition to providing and caring for multiple people in the house, to walk the extra 1,000 miles for us kids. You ensured that our afternoons and weekends were jam-packed with different activities that would enrich our lives and teach us skills that simply couldn't be learned at school or through iPads. Natalia, are you listening? We learned about commitment, perseverance, multitasking, ambition to dream big, and the confidence to follow our passions. And when we had something to celebrate, Mom was always the first to drop everything, to be the first one there, to be in the first row cheering us on. Even if that meant calling in sick or taking PTO, flying or driving across the country with very short notice, Mom was always there. And the cherry on top was her impeccable attention to detail. Whether it was staying up late at night, intricately sewing sequences onto my ice skating or dance competitions so that I can shine extra bright, or writing a thoughtful handwritten card with the word mom encircled in a heart. These further emphasize that mom didn't just show up. She always went above and beyond, and she always does go above and beyond. So not only has mom helped celebrate with us, but she's also the first to show up in the times of need and stress. She's been there for every grandkid's birth, when Tali was hospitalized twice, for all my service weeks, even though that means flying from New Jersey to California to be with us. Mom will do anything for her grandkids, and this retirement is her ultimate sacrifice. We're really looking forward to this new chapter for you, Mom, where the grandkids will learn all your incredible qualities and benefit from your selfless and spiritual soul. We know that they'll enjoy learning about our rich cultural traditions, and that you will continue to instill the great values that you provided for us in them so that they can be resilient humans too. And when you share stories with them from all the aspects of your life, we know that these anecdotes will influence their own journeys and outlook on life too, cementing strong values in the next generation through Aiden, Natalia, and Justinian, or as Mom likes to call them, Edu, Tabu, and Ladu. Our wish for you is that you will sit back and enjoy maybe some relaxation, although it's not always an easy task for someone who is always on the go, always running around, always has something to do. We've started a garden for us to enjoy with the kids, knowing that you love fresh vegetables and creating life from seeds. We even have our own set of rose bushes in the front yard, like Bapuji planted many decades ago at the Lorelei house. We have all the time to make now to stop and smell the roses, just as Bapuji always wanted. You keep saying it's our time to shine, but we've been shining under your guiding light this whole time. And now it's your time to continue showering all of us with your incredible light on the grandkids. So we want to thank all of you guys for coming and for entertaining our speeches. We're really proud of our mom, all that she's accomplished in this life. And we really appreciate you guys all being here, so thank you. I think Natalia just had a few words that she wanted to say, if she can. You want to say something? Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Natalia did want to share that she's very proud of her Nani. She was going to talk about all the time that Nani spends with her when I'm on service weeks, but how we're excited that she's not only going to be here on service weeks, but she's going to be in California all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And what do you want to say to Nani?
I love Nani.
Krupa, you stop crying. Now time for our time to cry. You got your mom.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Beautiful sharing. Everybody's sinuses are open now. Okay, so we're going to share. Oh, Greg's going to speak. Nice.
Well, I have to admit, I didn't know I was going to be speaking, but as is my way, I was a little prepared, and I was thinking through some things that I would say if I were to get called at the last minute to speak. So I did prepare for this scenario a little bit. So we like to stay flexible, as we like to say. I want to say really just, I won't go as big and as all-encompassing as the three kids did, having grown up with Ranjan, and as I call her mom, obviously. Now, but I'll just give you a couple anecdotes that I've gone through, had the pleasure to experience, and that'll hopefully give you a window into the kind of person she is. Krupa and I met maybe about 15 years ago, I guess it was, and that was probably it was a big deal for Krupa to bring me home and introduce me to the parents and all those things. Obviously there's a cultural divide, as you can tell. That's a big deal, and yet I never once felt like it was a big deal. I never felt like uncomfortable. I always felt welcome from day one. It was very easy for me to fit right in with Neil and Amy and the rest of the family, and so I always appreciated that, because it's not like that for everybody. Not everyone is so fortunate. So I know even my parents had to go through that, and I'm sure Ranjan had to go through that in some ways, and maybe some folks here. So that was very meaningful. Made it really easy to acclimate to the family. So Mom, thank you for that. I always do appreciate that. It's been like that ever since. Frankly, it's always been an easy integration with the Savalia family. The second thing is, and Krupa alluded to it when Tali got sick, but she spent 8 days in the hospital. She was just born. So, we were going through the tribulations of having your first kid and all the fear that kind of goes along with that. Like, how are we going to do a good job and all that stuff? And then yet she got sick and she was in the hospital, like with a bunch of wires hooked up to her. And, she had pneumonia in her lungs. So it was a little dicey for a while. We were confident that she would pull through and all, but it's still shocking, as you can probably imagine, to see your 1-day-old kid just hooked up to a bunch of wires for a week. But mom and dad came down, spent the whole week with us, made sure we were, adapted to all that stuff and, helped us through that. And Tali pulled through at the end and it was fine. So, which she doesn't remember, obviously. But then maybe even more importantly, a year later, almost a year exactly later, she got sick again, was in the hospital yet again for another respiratory issue. And this was like a very difficult time because Krupa was not on maternity leave anymore. She was back at work at the hospital. She was a resident, so she can't just take off whenever she wants to, like a lot of us can in our jobs for certain emergencies. And even me at the time, I probably could have, but I really felt under the gun to kind of be around for work and be where I was at the time. And Mom got on a bus that same day and was at the hospital within as soon as we checked her into the hospital, and she was there with Tali, and Tali was kind of out of it for 2 or 3 days. But then she kind of came to after a couple of days and really spent a lot of quality time with Mom there in the hospital. And as you can see by their bond is like no other. I don't know of anyone who's as close to their nanny as Tali is to her. So, and when we were coming out here, my son Justin got sick. He had a fever, so we weren't sure if we were going to make him fly all the way across the country. And I had a banged up ankle, and we told Tali, I was like, I don't know if we'll all be able to go. Maybe Mom just has to go. And Tali literally burst into tears immediately. She's like, I miss Nani and all that stuff. And it was very sweet, and that's just kind of how the relationship that they have. And then I believe it's of course maybe formulated in that moment of when she was sick and in the hospital, I think there's something there. And she was only 1 year old, she couldn't really process the way she does now. But I think there's a certain bond that was formed in that moment that was, kind of intangible. So, Mom, as always, thank you for everything you do. It's been a joy to be around you, and congrats on your retirement. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Okay, so keeping the program moving along, we're going to play a quick video just to give a little introduction about the Brahma Kumaris.
Welcome to the Brahma Kumaris, where a new world is opened up for you. From humble beginnings in India in 1936 to a global organization with over 8,000 centers in 110 countries and 1 million students worldwide. Through their tireless commitment, passionate heart, and determined spirit, the Brahma Kumaris arrived in America in 1974 and have since grown to 35 main centers throughout America. There are also 2 residential retreat centers, Peace Village, located in upstate New York, and Anubhuti, located in Novato, California.
I want to just share a little bit about how the centers of Raj Yoga meditation began in the United States. Actually, I was in Caribbean islands and I got invitation from New York that we want to start something about meditation. And it was in 1978 I came here and we rented a very small apartment in Astoria. And from there I found that a lot of people have interest. I realized that there is so much need, and from there onwards, then centers started in many other states.
Our centers are safe spaces where you can explore the power of your inner world.
The classes are conducted in many, many homes, many cities all over across United States. A lot of people, they learn meditation, they use it, that meditation at their workplace, in their family, and also I find that children, young adults, because they are so much into like what really is the life about.
The Brahma Kumaris are dedicated to personal and global transformation through the study and spiritual practice of Raj Yoga meditation. And at the heart of our teaching is the belief that the pathway to peace and happiness is to remember our original nature as spiritual beings, connected to the one source. In 1981, the organization received recognition as an international non-governmental organization affiliated with the United Nations and accredited with general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council. From organizing large-scale global initiatives to local community programs, the Brahma Kumaris has a tradition of service in every field that fosters spiritual growth among individuals from all backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life.
I hold on to this vision, the world of love, world of peace and harmony, world which is free from conflict and sorrow, where we can live as brothers, one family, children of common parents, one supreme divine power.
This is your invitation to awaken and join us in creating a world of love, peace, and kindness. Om Shanti.
So the Brahma Kumaris has over 9,000 centers in over 130 countries, as you saw in the video. 33 are right here in the U.S. And when Ranjan Ben leaves the East Coast, she'll be very active and very much involved with the West Coast centers. And as you saw, we have 2 retreat centers in the U.S., one in upstate New York called Peace Village Learning and Retreat Center. And we have another one on the West Coast called Anubhuti. So we're very fortunate today to have the director of Peace Village Learning and Retreat Center with us, Sister Kala, or Dr. Iyengar. She's a retired pediatrician who basically started this path 40 years ago and realized that it was necessary to make a change. And she basically turned her care from patient care to spiritual care. And so she is full-time at Peace Village, and some of you have probably met her as you've been to Peace Village on retreats. And so we'd like to welcome Sister Kala. Yeah. Welcome, Sister Kala. Okay, all right, okay. So,
good evening and Om Shanti to all of you. You've heard this word Om Shanti a few times now, I think, this evening. And perhaps even before this evening, you might have heard it. But it has a very lovely meaning. Om Shanti, meaning I am a peaceful soul. Shanti, of course, peace. But Om is the introduction of the self. I am a soul. but not just a soul, but a peaceful soul. And there's probably a little voice in your head saying, am I really? Right? And our answer to you is, yes, you are really. We all are really peaceful to begin with. So very warm welcome to all of you who have come to celebrate the life of Ranjan Ben, who I personally don't know as intimately as you all have been sharing. I come to this center time to time, and I meet her and I exchange a few words with her. But I must say I don't have a very intimate connection or relationship with her, other than something that I noticed last week, actually, that I'm going to share in a little bit. Again, as I was introduced, I came to the Brahma Kumaris when I was practicing as a pediatrician in New York City. And of course, it happened very casually, not because I was looking for anything consciously. In other words, knowingly, I wasn't looking for anything. But someone casually introduced me to the Brahma Kumaris Center, which was about 5 minutes away from my clinic. So I kept putting off and putting off and putting off because I really was not ready for anything like that. But once I did get into the center, it was like I was captured by the vibrations of the center, by the feeling of universality of this image of the point of light, actually. That was my attraction to the whole thing. So, of course, then I got more interested and I got to study or, take the course in Raj Yoga, meditation, knowledge, and so on and so forth. And little by little, I got more interested. And I was particularly interested because some of the aspects, it was not just theoretical knowledge, but it was like practical knowledge, something to do with yourself, with your mind, with your thoughts. And so I would listen to these lessons and I would go back to my clinic and in my interaction with the children, the patients, I would practice them, look at them like this, don't think like that, like I would really practice in my mind. I really saw the impact of what I was doing here on the children, on the little children that came, on their behavior, on their reaction, on their fear level or on their pain threshold level or whatever. So it was really fascinating for me to do the theory, of course, was attractive, but the practical part for me was very, very, intriguing, and like I wanted to do more of that. And so that's how I got more interested, and I continued with both practices, of course, spiritual practice and the medical practice for a long time. And my heart was, of course, in caring for people in a spiritual, in a holistic way. So I definitely would have wanted to give more time to that. And of course, eventually I couldn't hold 2 full-time jobs, which is what both are. So I then tapered off my practice and I started to do more of the spiritual work, based, of course, in New York Center before and now in Peaceful Village Retreat Center now after. I was thinking about this beautiful phase of life called retirement. Yes. And there was a point in my life when I knew about people that were getting retired, I would feel so envious of them. How many of you felt envious of Ranjan Ben today? Right? Oh gosh, look, not just imagine what her life is going to be now, just free from schedules, free from reporting, free from clocking in, free from this, free from that. all of those things that we kind of do but dread doing it, you know. But then again, coming to the spiritual way of living life, you know, it began to have a different connotation for me. Why was this thing, you know, this retirement, even the tradition of retirement, come into practice? What's the secret behind that? Because obviously you have spent your whole life, invested your whole energy into earning and, you know, accumulating and connecting with people, and you need to eventually think of what's the use of all of that at the end of life. How is it going to help you, right? You know, how is it something that you're going to take with you? Or is it something that you've done for lifelong, but then it doesn't have any meaning after that? And so it really became very clear that, you know, we had to devise these methods of, you know, finding that time in our life where it's very important for us to wind down, so to speak, just like we wind down at the end of the day every day. So it's time for us to wind down, you know, of course, physically, but also mentally, and perhaps more importantly, mentally. But are we really able to do it in this day and age is the question, right? Because if you haven't trained yourself to do it over a period of time, all of a sudden, one fine morning, when you're not reporting to work anymore, you're going to find yourself empty, and yet not empty up here. You're always going to want to find something that keeps you busy up here. But anyway, that the retirement, but it's a beautiful concept, isn't it? You know, but it doesn't have to be at the end of life. It could be at the end of the day. It could be at the end of your project. It could be end of any phase of your life or whatever. So you just take a little bit time to unwind and prepare for the next phase. And I'm telling you, because even between patients, for example, I would find, you know, a few minutes, not even a few minutes, few seconds actually, between patients to unwind and prepare for the next patient. And it made so much difference because you're not carrying over, you know, whatever happened with your interaction with this patient to the next patient. Sometimes you carry the same emotion to the next interaction. But anyways, so retirement for me is, it could be in minuscules, right? It doesn't have to all accumulate to the end, and then you have to do it all together kind of thing. But one thing I was admiring Ranjan Ben for, you know, as she was sitting here, and as I said, I don't know all her qualities and virtues so well, but I noticed something that was very closely connected with one thing that you all were saying. She's a very good record keeper. She's a very good record keeper. So what I noticed with her was that we were in class together, and we usually have morning spiritual class, you know, something that we read out aloud, and everybody kind of partakes of that and, you know, captures whatever they will find useful for their day. And what I found with Ranjan Ben at that time was that she took down every word of the class. She didn't want to miss out anything, you know. So I was just noticing how she could have been the same thing at work, not missing out any important facts or figures. But it's the same thing with the lessons of life, not to miss out on any important lessons of life. So I was really appreciating her today as a wonderful student of life. As a wonderful student of life, you know. And we all need to be that, isn't it? We don't need to be at the end of the retirement period or work period in order for us to be that. But life can be so unpredictable. Who knows what next moment? So as much as we can gather not just information from here and here, but really gather some important, valuable lessons for our living of life. Yes, of course, at the end of life, you can have some lessons and part it, you know, take it, you know, share it with others. But if we can gather lessons for our own selves through our life, what would those lessons be? I was going to ask you, but I didn't get a chance to ask you. So I'm going to assume, being that we are students of the same school, same spiritual universities, spiritual school, and I'm going to assume some of those lessons, and I'm going to ask you for confirmation of those lessons, Ranjan Ben. My first lesson would have been, or is rather, of life, that the most important person in life is myself. Yes? No? So she's saying yes. So this is at least one of the lessons that I have learned in this study, the spiritual study of Raj Yoga. Before, my attention would have been totally on to others, and for good reasons. Oh, I have to take care of this. Oh, this one asked me for this. Oh, this one is not happy about this, right? Oh, this one doesn't like this. What about me? What about me? We were just having a little conversation earlier today. There was a little situation where someone was saying, but this person doesn't like it. But what about you? Do you feel it is the right thing for you to do or not? Yes, I feel it's the right thing for me to do, but this person doesn't like it. But can you still do it? In spite of that person not liking it, what does it take from you to do what you feel is right when the other person does not like it or approve of it or whatever? Courage? Yes. Honesty to yourself or whatever. But basically what it boils down to is we have been ignoring ourselves in the pretext of doing this, taking care of that one, whatever is happening outside there. But what's happening inside, we have been forgetting, right? So one of the greatest lessons that I learned after coming to the BKs, the Brahma Kumaris, is that put yourself first. But also, before putting yourself blindly first, know yourself first. Do you know yourself well enough to say that this is what is important for me? Sometimes we put some things first, but later on regret it. So it shouldn't be that way, right? It should be something that I would hold as true and important to me throughout. So this is why we always start here with the first lesson, and that is, who am I? Who am I? Is it important for me to be introduced? I mean, is it enough for me? It is important, but is it enough for me to be introduced just in my physical capacity, in my official capacity, in my professional capacity, whatever that may be? Or is there something more to me that's very important and that's going to stay with me and which I have to honor throughout? Because it's not going to leave me. It's the part of me that's going to go with me from beginning through middle to the end. And it'll come up in some way or the other if I don't honor it, right? If I don't honor some of those values that are important for me internally, I may act against them, but there will come a time when it will pull me back, when it will perhaps make me feel guilty or, not maybe in a conscious way, but it'll fire back in some ways. So I think one first lesson, is put yourself first. And for that, get to know yourself, right? Especially in the context of the spiritual, the part of you that is before you were born and the part of you that is after you are gone. This is what we call the spiritual. But the part of you also that stays with you and never leaves you alone. It's always there with you. And this is the beautiful study of Raj Yoga. The other lesson, I think, for me, that I have learned from the same school, from the same study, is that there are no problems in the world that have no solutions. Yes? You're right. So I have found that there is nothing in the world that you would call as a problem for which there is no solution. You know, and it's very simple. Nobody creates puzzles that can't fit together, right? Yes. So the creator actually who creates all the game couldn't have created the game without a proper way to do it, without giving you a method to do it. So in other words, it's just our way of thinking. If we get stuck with one particular way of thinking or one particular approach or one way I can do it and I cannot, I got stuck, then of course we all are very familiar with that. You get stuck in traffic one way, you do find your way other way around, other way around, other way around. Yes? Yeah. Life is very much like that, isn't it? So never to be threatened by what you think are problems or obstacles that come in front of you. But there's always a way out. Sometimes the way out, when you're stuck in traffic, is of course you divert. But even an easier way, if you have to get somewhere, of course it's not a practical thing I'm saying, but especially if you're going long distances and if there's traffic stuck, take a helicopter, take a flight, if at all it's possible, isn't it? And what do you do in terms of spiritual? How do you take a flight? You watch what's happening from a distance. You distance yourself. When you're right in the middle of a situation, a problem, you're only able to see a small portion of it. As soon as you go up, that's why they have choppers for traffic. They used to have choppers for traffic, news, right? Because you can see exactly where the traffic is stuck and what other routes you can take. Life is also like that, because we have such a narrow vision, short-lived vision, we cannot see the whole picture. And therefore it is important for us to distance ourselves, perhaps to another level of seeing things. Instead of making it into a big thing, you can make it into, oh yes, it is a small thing. Like even otherwise, when something is past, 2 days after you say, why was I so upset about that? Right? Because you've distanced yourself in time. It's the same thing we can do mentally in the moment, as if you have crossed it already. It's not a big deal. These are all little mental exercises that you can give to yourself, but they're also very connected with deep truths about yourself, that nothing is permanent, right? And not only that, but you as a living being, as an entity that has been sent to this world to live this complicated life, you've been given all the attributes, all the solutions, all the things that it takes to find yourself out of problems. We just need to trust it. We just need to believe in that, right? So for me, I think just having that mindset, turning it from, oh, what if, or I can't, to, yes, it's not a big thing. It's a small thing, but I can also come out of it. And again, it's not only saying it, but practicing this little mental exercise of observer. We called it as a detached observer. In other words, just detach yourself, distance yourself for some time, and see it as if you are a third person in the scene. It's not even happening to you, but it's happening to a third person. And then feel the lightness. And within the lightness, you will find the solution. Isn't it? So this is many times what I have observed. And I'm again asking for your confirmation. And Ranjan Ben says, yes, it's true. Yes. And the third lesson, I think, that I know for sure for me, and I'll ask you to do your best and leave the rest to the one up above. Yes, to the divine, to the source, to the one that's all powerful, to the one that's all knowing. So for me, this is always, we are all so want to be our best and do our best, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there comes a time, when you cannot do better than the best. Just by thinking about it or worrying about it, or, that's the time to invoke help. And we do have help. We have solid help. We couldn't have been sent on the planet and, left to ourselves. Now do it yourself kind of thing. And the example that we always give is children and parents. Parents bring children to this world. How much they invest in the children to prepare them for life. Isn't it? They don't just say, okay, I've created you and that's it. Go do what you want. So it's to say, they actually sustain them, nourish them, empower them, strengthen them, give them every little thing that they need. So I think there is a force like that for us as spiritual beings as well, the one that we all look up to. So all we need to do is know how to invoke help. Not ask help, but invoke help. Or even better than that, I would say claim your help from God. There's a little difference there, right? Asking is putting you in a position of weakness. I don't know, I can't, I won't. But as soon as you say you're entitled to help from the one up above, because this work is worth his help, her help, you get it. So this is what we do in the Raj Yoga meditation, actually, that we connect first with the self as a soul, spiritual being, the most important person that I know about. But then as a soul, as a being inside of me, the living being, I connect with that absolute source of positive energy, power, love, peace, wisdom, all of that. And within that connection is the real help coming through, as if I'm entitled to that. So these are some of the lessons I think that everyone is entitled to learn. As you rightfully saw the video, the Brahma Kumaris are not just for a few set of people or one set of sect or religion or whatever, but we are all entitled to these lessons of life. And I think one of the reasons Ranjan Ben would have wanted the program here for her retirement is that she would have liked to share these lessons with everyone, or maybe many more lessons. But I thought of just one or few lessons that I can share with everyone so that we are all on the journey together. The more, the merrier, as they say, right? Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
Thank you, Sister Kala. Can listen to her for hours. So Sister Kala will be back shortly to do a meditation with us. But before then, we have a surprise for Ranjan Ben. And Sister Kala, you can stay here on the stage. Alpesha's going to put the chair here. We're going to bring the screen back down because we have some special people that want to share from the West Coast. Yeah. So we have Sister Geeta from Los Angeles Center. I know, the reaction says it all. So Sister Geeta has been on this path for over 45 years, and you're about to see her and hear from her, and you'll understand why she's so divine. She's just incredibly, incredibly connected to the Supreme, and she uses her vibrations and her purity and her words to just make everything right. Oh, wow, we have a lot of people on Zoom. Wonderful. And there she is, our super sparkling star, Sister Geeta.
Ranjan Pan, this rose is from our heart to your heart, soul. So please accept with great love, and it's a friendship of soul to soul. And since I know you, you are very caring, soul with a humble heart. You are always willing to help and very committed in whatever you does. You are always, always, always spiritual tongue. In spirituality, you had made balance with your professional life and your personal life. Congratulations, Ranjan Ben, for the year of service you gave to the company. I'm sure everyone will miss you. This is a new chapter in your life now, and wishing you all the best for your future endeavors. And always, now you are a free bird, and I agree with Kalaben that first thing, always you keep yourself first, so you can help unconditionally to so many souls. And I'm very happy that Dakshini Band has invited all of us, all of you in the center and having the spiritual gatherings. You will attend a lot, you will learn a lot, and you will take something, very precious thing, which Ranjan Ben had dedicated her life for this humanity. So congratulations, Ranjan Ben, and many, many, many good things is going to happen, and you will share with everyone. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Shanti Geeta Ben, thank you. And we have another surprise, also from the West Coast. Oh, okay. We're coming back to the East Coast. We have Sister Sonia joining us. So Sister Sonia is originally from the Edison Center, and right now she's in Washington, D.C. on service. And so Sister Sonia is somebody who's very special because when Ranjan Ben took the Raj Yoga course in Wayne, New Jersey, it was Sister Sonia and Sister Sheetal who were the facilitators who taught her Raj Yoga meditation. So these two sisters have been with Ranjan Ben from the very beginning of her journey.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Ranjan Ben. So wonderful to see you dressed like the princess. So, yes, I can not see you. Okay. So, I'm so sorry, Ranjan Ben. I am not there, but I had to be here because I had committed for some programs here. But thanks to Zoom that I'm able to join. So as I was listening to, everyone sharing about Ranjan Ben, I think one of the qualities that came up in my mind was humility. In Ranjan Ben being so humble, that's her greatness. And I think that greatness has made her successful in whatever she has done in life. Whatever role she played in all the capacity, the role of mother, I think at the job, wife, sister, all the roles that she played. And just as, Ranjan Man, as a microbiologist, probably you were using the microscope to look at the bacteria and everything, I guess. Nod if that's a yes. Yeah? Okay. So I think God used his microscope to choose you. Out of the billions of people in the world, he had to use a special microscope to choose you because you have all the qualities in you that showcase God. So as Sister Anoli shared that I have seen Ranjan Ben from her first day. And when, we used to do the class and she would be so attentively listening to everything. And I was like, is she understanding or what's going on? I couldn't even figure out. But then I knew slowly that she was just like a sponge. She was just absorbing everything. And not just absorbing, but she was using it in her practical life. We used to have our class start as early as 5:30 in the morning. And she would be the first one who would join that class. So I think it's the step that she took towards self-care. That's the word nowadays. Self-care starts with the self, but also it starts with the inner self. And one of the main things that we study with the Brahma Kumaris is that how change is inevitable. How we need to accept change, but also how we change, how we have to make these little shifts in our consciousness on a conscious level to create a transformation at the subconscious level. So these little shifts, these little practices, these little tools that you all will receive today, try to use them. Try to see if you can make these little shifts in your life to create a bigger transformation. That's actually even happening inside right now. The journey has started right now. So thank you to everyone for coming and celebrating 40 years of dedication, hard work, and humility of Ranjan Ben. And I feel we all are really, truly blessed to be a part of her journey. So thank you, Ranjan Ben, for everything that you have done. And Om Shanti to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Sonia. Om Shanti. And so from DC, we're going to go back across the country to the West Coast. We're going to go to Sacramento. And we're going to hear from Hansa Ben. So Hansa Ben is the head of the center there. She's been practicing for over 50 years. Yeah, that's a long time. And Ranjan Ben is actually her home, her new place where Krupa lives, where Krupa and Greg lives. It's 5 minutes away from there, 10 minutes away. So you can imagine how much time she'll be spending there and how fortunate the Sacramento family is to gain Ranjan Ben. Welcome, Hansa Ben.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. It's really beautiful to be with all of you. 30, 40 years back, when Baba used to say, science will be very big help to you children, science will be developed for you children, we were very innocent and naive. We didn't know what is the meaning of it. But since COVID, this Zoom has started. So now we know Baba's each and every version has so much value that we can reach across the country within a minute, even within a seconds. So we can salute science, but we know that science has taken birth with the power of silence and power of sweet Baba, sweet remembrance, power of our inner heart singing a song of Baba's love. And whenever we think of sweet Baba, lovely Baba, beautiful Baba, Baba always said, the sing jiski rachna itni sundar, wo kitna sundar hoga. Whose creation is so beautiful, how beautiful the creator will be. So Ranjan Ben is one of that special, beautiful creation of most beautiful Baba. I am always thrilled by whenever she comes. She has such a wonderful attention in the Murli and love for her study. So whenever she will come, she will really appreciate the Murli. We will have a sharing, chit chat, and everything. And she will really appreciate it, like her heart is touched by it. Dadi Janki always used to say that the soul is touched by Murli, touched by study, is always received the place in Baba's heart. Because Baba is the Murlidhar. So Ranjan Ben's one of the very, very good specialities, her love for the Murli and her love for Yajna. And one of the things is Baba has gifted her with the golden heart that has a golden energy of caring. And she's so caring that, she takes care of her granddaughter when she comes. And the way she does it is like so beautiful, so easy, so nurturing, so light. And it's really very special quality. So I know her relatively less than all of you are knowing her, but as much I have known her, her personality and her wonderful vibration has touched us. That she has a love for the family, love for her work, and love for everyone. So this is her very, very special feelings. Wherever she goes, she brings that fragrance, that her smile and her personality is such that she is very caring and she takes care of the family in a way that is a very good example for everyone, that how you can take care of your Laukik job and family and friends and everyone. So I really deeply appreciate her today's her farewell. After many years, she will start her new phase, and that new phase will have some newness. Some bright light will come. It will unfold by itself, and we will look at it the way it is going to be naturally unfolding. So thank you so much for including me, Sheetal Ben, Addison family, and everyone. It's really very special to be with all of you in this wonderful evening time. Om Shanti, Om Shanti,
Om Shanti. Thank you, Hansaben. So 2 words which she mentioned, which you might not have recognized. One is the Murli. So the Murli is the daily study that we do early morning, which is what Sister Kala talked about. So we listen to the Murli every morning, 7 days a week. And what's beautiful about it is that there's only one Murli and everyone all over the world is reading that same Murli. So now there's power because the thoughts are all coming from that same scripture that we all listen to for that day. And it's like a roadmap. Basically, whatever we hear in the Murli helps us to get through the day. And then the second word that you heard her say a few times is a very sweet word. It's called Baba. And Baba is another way of just saying my father, my dad. Because to say God is, we all know what God is, but do we really know who God is? But when you say my dad, my father, now all of a sudden you have a relationship. And so we say Baba, and that's the Supreme Father. Okay, one more surprise, and I'm really, really, really very appreciative of how all of you are sitting patiently through. I know we started a little late, and then we also started to lose time as people were sharing. So please hang in there because we do have dinner. The volunteers are getting all set up, so please don't leave until the end of the program because we want to serve you dinner. Okay, back to the West Coast. We're going to the Anubhuti Retreat Center. Sister Kala is here from the East Coast, and we have the program director from the West Coast. And Sister Elizabeth has a very beautiful voice. So she's not going to share words, but she's going to share her lyrics. She's going to sing for us.
Om Shanti. Ranjan Ben, I'm so happy for you. This is your beginning. So I'll sing this song for you as a meditation for a new beginning. Oh. Shanti. Shanti. Oh. Shanti. Om 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 Shanti. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. बड़ा है सुख कर ये मंत्र मनहार. Om Shanti Om. This sound is such a sacred sound. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. All sing out the sound of Shanti throughout the earth and sky. Throughout the earth and sky. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Sing Om Shanti, burn negativity that surrounds the soul. Realize you're the soul. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti Om. बड़ा है सुख कर ये मंत्र मनहार. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti. Mahima Atma oh dear, I sang it wrong. But anyway. Om Shanti kindles the light, giving light to the soul. Giving light to the soul. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti की शक्ति से पत्थर भी होता मोम. Tell people everywhere the power of Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Elizabeth Ben. She's helped us to create the stage so that we can now go in deeper into a meditation. Sister Kala is going to come back up and she's going to guide us with a commentary.
I know you've been meditating already, but just a few more minutes to actually go through the steps that we use here. And for us, meditation is not about not thinking, but about giving direction to your thoughts. And so as a first step, realizing that I am the creator of my own thoughts. Nobody can do it for me. I gently turn my attention inwards, becoming aware of my true self. A light living light. Sitting somewhere in the center of the forehead, deep inside, giving life to this body. And this is where my thoughts originate. This is where life begins. And as this little point of light I hold the most beautiful energy that makes life valuable, worth living. And that is the energy of peace, of love, of joy. And I allow myself to be drenched in these qualities for a few seconds. Peace, love, joy. And now, as a second step, I turn my attention upwards, somewhere above this physical existence. To a source, the very source of these energies of peace and love, joy. Like the sun is the source of all light, the divine is the source from which I draw my energy of peace, love, joy. This is the connection that recharges me. And I allow myself to fill up, to charge up, just by being quiet and open to receive. And as a third step, in this state of being connected, I look out through the window of my eyes. And what I see is a world waiting for me. People, things, tasks, relationships. Responsibilities, roles. But what I can feel is also the pure energy, the pure power that I have to bring to that world, to make more sense, to make meaning, to be clear, to make the right choices, to maintain my calm, to spread love. And this is what it means to light up. Full and ready. For whatever it is that life offers as I move forward. And these 3 steps, going in, going up, going outward, I can repeat over and over again through the day, the beginning of the day, end of the day, middle of the day. Whenever I feel the need to charge the soul that I am. Om Shanti.
How'd that feel? Like you didn't want to stop, right? Because you got reunited with your true self, that's why. And it felt so familiar. So, last but not least, we have one more sharing, and it's from our special jewel. Yeah, that's you. Yes. Come. You can sit up here. You want to stand? Okay. No, 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 yes. No, no, no. It's okay. No, no. Okay, I'll sit here. Thank you.
Om Shanti. I don't know where to begin. From bottom of my heart, I welcome you all. Thank you all for being with me and for taking time out from your busy schedule. I know everyone has a tight schedule, but all of you made time to be here with me. It means the world to me. I am truly honored and blessed by having Sister Kalaben coming down from all the way from top of the Catskill Mountain to our Piscataway platform just to bless me. What other blessings I can get? Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Baba, my father. Another, my honor, my administrative director, Miss Cynthia Comerford, David Ramos, my another administrative director, my boss, Darshini Ben, Dr. Metapalin, Dr. Babaki, Dr. Abud from St. Barnabas Hospital, my previous boss, Miss Rama, and my amazing staff, and my wonderful management team, my friends, chief, and head of all the department from hospitals, they are here. And I cannot be more honored than this. Another one, my wonderful children, my grandchildren. My sister came all the way from Florida just for this event. She and my brother-in-law, my other sister, Nico, and my brother-in-law, my sister, Sudha Lakshmikanbai, my friends from Vidyapit, all my Savalia families, young generations here. Thank you, children. I love you so much. And I'm truly honored that all of you are here today. And where should I start? I don't want to take too much time because it's already 6:35, 6:40. Everyone has said so much. All I want to say, that journey began when I came in this country. I wasn't ready. I was brought up very simply in simple family, Gandhian family. My father was freedom fighter, my uncle and everyone. So of course our lifestyle was simple, but highly rich in a spirituality, simplicity, and something to do for world or society. That's how I was brought up. I was completely khadidhari when I came in here. It was hard, but I adjusted. My spirituality began when I was 5 years old, growing up with my dad, doing yoga, meditation. So all those teaching came useful when I came in this country with all that morals and ethics and richness of the family tradition. And when I had my 3 children, I enrolled them just to bring them up, give them as much as I can in this Western society. So I enrolled them in a character building school we call Vivekanand Vidyapit on Hindu philosophy. That time I was not aware of this Brahma Kumaris. And for being a part of that Vidyapit 22 years, when I saw my children going on their journey, with getting the 2 strongest wing of wisdom and wing of discrimination. They were soaring high, and I was just watching them, and I said, okay, now is my time to die and go for my inner journey. I left the devotion path and I went on Buddha's teaching for 12 years, which is like going is vipassana meditation, going inward, going to Massachusetts mountain just by myself, me and my soul. No phone, no pen, no paper, no TV, no newspaper, no noise from outside world. Just me and my soul experiencing from the divine. And during those 12 years, I conquered my inner thing, what I really wanted, that I wanted to forgive the souls whoever trespassed my journey, and I wanted to ask them the forgiveness if I trespassed their journey. After that, getting that peace, I was missing something in my spirituality. So one afternoon, sitting in Shobhan Ben and Anoli Ben's kitchen, Anoli Ben gave a tea, me and Shobhan Ben chatting, I think in 2012 or something. And then they said, why don't you try Raj Yoga? And I said, let me see. Couple months passed by. Again, I'm sitting in their kitchen. Anoli Ben that time came in this knowledge. So she gave me tea again. We are still chatting. And Shobhan Ben and Anoli Ben said, why don't you try? I said, yes, let me give a try. The class was going to be only in a weekend, 7 classes in a Gandhi temple. So I went there, and Sister Sonia and Sister Shrital were facilitator. The first lesson, I was convinced that this is the path I was looking for in my life. I had a couple of them sitting here with me as a student, and that was what struck me, that who am I? The answer came, I'm not this body. I'm not Ranjan. I'm not microbiologist. I'm not a mother. I'm not a sister. I'm not a daughter. I am a soul. All this label came with this body. This one will go when my body will leave. But as a soul, the second lesson, what kind of soul am I? And I learn in the lesson, I'm a pure soul. I'm a peaceful soul. I'm a victorious soul. And that's what really, that time I really needed the strength. Third lesson, then who is the father of this soul? My body, I have a father. How about my father of the soul? The supreme soul. What's the quality of the supreme soul that I can take with me as a child, or he can inherit in me? And I came to know that he is an ocean of purity, ocean of love, ocean of everything, bliss, joy, happiness. And if I'm a child of this kind of divine father, supreme soul, and I started getting it already. And with those virtues, I acquired the powers. End of the lesson, all that my only 1 hour, 1 class, 7 classes, I started to experiencing those powers. Power to pick up means like, okay, I'm a traveler in this life. What do I need for my next life in this journey? The materialistic not going to come with me, but spiritual pick up. And then power to tolerate, power to tolerate in a way, do not judge anyone. Power to accommodate, just accept them. Power to face, power to discern, all those powers I acquired walking on this Rajya path. It's not only 1 time I did the course, I did actually 6 times. I was so much in love. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 5 time, 6 time I did last summer. Every time I take these classes and I feel something new in me coming. And because of my spiritual family, the love I get, my Lokik, my children, my grandchildren, and I am who I am, and my professional family. I cannot be successful for 40 years if I did not have this support. I learn a lot from the management. And yes, we had a rocky road. We had a rocky journey. We still do. We have so many waves coming up and down. But because of the strong foundation, our 2 administrators are sitting here. Their support, their guidance, unwavering support and navigation, we are conquered. We can conquer anything. And my amazing microbiology staff and my chief, what can I say? My pal, my partner on professional platform. We are like 2 sides of a 1 coin. We stand together. We are unbreakable. And the strength is in you. We created the bond, not as a friend, but as a sister, divine sister. Now we have our divine Father strength with us. With all of these souls sitting here, from everyone's from our work, they are with you. I'm not leaving you alone. Okay? And we stand together, we work together, we eat together, we laugh together, sometimes we cry together. But it's all joy. Thank you, everyone, for being here. That's all I can say. I am who I am today because of my professional family, my Lokik family, my divine family. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So, should we wind this up with a award? I believe you have something special you want to present.
Ranjan, thank you so much for, having us all here, and thank you everyone to come. It's a short notice.
Come on the stage.
David, you can come with me. I'm going to come. The micro family can come with me too. Rama is my previous boss. How can I forget her? She gave me all the, education to be a chief. And Cynthia. Okay, I cannot. So we're gonna present this plaque to our genius Ranjan Savalia. Congratulations, and you deserve a lot better than this. And with all the blessings. Okay. Body of theater. And I put Om because she's Om Shanti. Thank you. All my micro family is here. I'm so happy. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Rama. Thank you, David.
Okay.
Thank you, Anoliben.
You're welcome. So while we get set up for the ending of the program, we're going to pass around a few printouts, which has a barcode on it. Oh, we have okay. Like I said, it's always surprises with the Brahma Kumaris. There's a special gift that we want to give to you. One thing about the Brahma Kumaris is you will come empty-handed, but you will always leave full. So this is, as you heard Hansaben mentioning Baba, this is the Supreme Father. It's a point. Just like we are all points of light, so is he. The only difference is that all the virtues that we have within us, his is in an unlimited capacity. Beautiful. Yeah, this is Sister Kala's dad, and our dad, and your dad. Yes. Yeah, we don't have enough hands. You need a shopping cart when you leave from here. This is a special gift from Peace Village. Oh, this is from Mohini Didi, who's the administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris. When Dadi Janki transitioned a few years ago, Sister Mohini, who's based here in New York, became okay. So our volunteers are going to hand out some printouts, which has, yeah, The calendar which was presented to her from Sister Mohini is also going to be presented to each of you when you come up. And so, for the third time, the barcode that's going to go around is just a simple way for you to scan. And if you want to be on the mailing list, so that way you receive all the announcements and the alerts as to when our programs are, everything that the Brahma Kumaris offers is free of charge as an act of community service. And the offerings are so vast from our center here in Edison. Every Tuesday we offer experiential meditation sessions. Yeah, Dharmishtaman, you can just hand them out. Just hand them out and they'll pass it around. You can just pass them out and let them scan it with your phone, and then you can fill in your information. Every Tuesday we have experiential meditation sessions here from 7:30 to 8:15. It's in person as well as on Zoom. Every third Sunday of the month, we have World Meditation Hour here from 6:30 to 7:30. Once a month, we have children's classes on Sunday from 11 to 12:30. And we offer the Raj Yoga Meditation course, which is what you heard over and over again. We offer it in many languages, including English. And of course, at Peace Village, which is where Sister Kala resides, we have weekend retreats, and we specialize in retreats for healthcare professionals. So if you would like to know the schedule of events at Peace Village, go to peacevillageretreat.org. I'll say that again, it's peacevillageretreat.org. And there you'll find the calendar events, and you can sign up for any retreat that speaks to you. They're all on different topics, and as I said, they have specific retreats just for healthcare professionals. Right?
Yeah. You may not actually see a retreat for healthcare professionals on the website yet, but just keep connection with Ranjan Ben maybe, right? And she'll keep you informed of our fall retreat, actually, for healthcare.
Okay, so let's do this in two groups. I'm going to ask those of you who wish to take your dinner to go. How many of you are there? Raise your hand. Only one? You're going to leave us? Yeah.
You didn't know what was the other option.
Okay, so maybe I should tell you the other option. Okay, so if you're going to leave early, meaning take your package and go, then we're going to ask you to come first. But it looks like everyone's staying, so we're just going to go row by row. And what you're going to do is you're going to come up, take your blessing and your holy, and we're bringing cake out, right? Because we're going to cut cake before we do this. I'm just preparing you for what's happening. So after we cut cake, we're going to go row by row. The ushers will guide you. You'll come forward. You'll receive a blessing and a sweet from Sister Kala, as well as a gift. And when you meet her, you're going to do something which we do at the Brahma Kumaris, and it's we're going to communicate soul to soul. You're going to communicate through your eyes. So you're going to look in her eyes. You're going to take what we call drishti, take it from her and give it right back to her. Right? It's about giving and taking, and it's the most beautiful form of communication. No words needed. Just speak through the language of the soul through your eyes. Okay? But first we're going to cut cake. Who wants to come forward and cut? I think the family should come. Come on, kids. Where's Natalia? Let's cut this cake for Nani. We're going to go straight to the hospital. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. I'll talk to you after this. Let's just finish. Baba will take care of it. Don't worry. If you want to come to the hospital, I'll take it. Shanti.
When you are weary, here's what I'll do. When you can't smile anymore,
You want to blow?
I'll smile for you. I'll be the raindrops when you cry. I'll be the sun when you can't.
Okay, 2 minutes. We'll just reset, and then we'll start from this row.
Be there too. Too many people.
So we're going to start from this side of the room first, and we'll go row by row, and we'll ask you to come this way, and then you can. No one, they're all staying. Oh, you're leaving early? How many are leaving right away? Okay, so you'll take yours to go, so please come. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll all come this way. You'll go across the stage, and then you can exit down this aisle here to the back and get your dinner. If you could, please come together as a family. So if you're as a couple or with children, come together. Okay, Ranjan Ben, would you like to sit here, please, so that you can meet everyone? Yeah, please come. Whoever has to leave early, please come.
When you are weary, here's what I'll do. When you can't smile anymore, I'll smile for you. I'll be the raindrops when you cry. I'll be the sun when you can't shine. And when the world runs out of time, I'll be there too. Too many people, too blind to see. Too many roller coaster rides won't set you free. So chase the rainbow, chase the high, become the brightest in the sky. But when the world runs out of time, you'll come to me. And I'll be waiting to catch you when you fall, to see you through it all. Don't turn your face away from me, 'cause I'll be waiting all through eternity. I'll be there patiently. Don't take your love away from me. When you feel helpless, when you are alone, I'll be the light upon the path to guide you home. I'll fill the spaces in your heart. I will remind you who you are. And when you shine just like a star, I'll let you go.
Om Shanti. You can take Toli and blessing first and then you can meet. Okay. Please come.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Everyone, we have a room next door if you want to sit on a table. There are tables and chairs next door if you don't want to sit here. You're welcome to cross the hallway, and there's a whole room here with tables and chairs where you can sit and eat comfortably.